Good evening. All right, I want to welcome everyone to the 55th Annual John A. Logan College Annual Honors Night. So, welcome, I'm glad you're all here. I have to say, given it's Honors Night, I'm a little surprised the front row is empty, right? Because all of the honors kids are like me, and you sat up front and you had your hand up all the time. So we'll work on that as we go. I don't know, is that picking me up even when I'm not? Do I have to talk right into it? Okay, I'll try to do that. All right, so first of all, I'm supposed to let you know that we are streaming live, thanks to IT in the back, on YouTube and Facebook, so you can go back and watch this later on if you so choose. So to get things started, again, really glad to have everyone here. It's a beautiful evening. I am asking Dr. Melanie Picord to come and welcome everyone. Thank you.
Good evening. I don't see any board members I would like to recognize. I don't think any of our board members are here. I just wanted to let you know, we're so glad that you're here for Honors Night. I am helping out Dr. Overstreet. He had a college commitment this evening, so he could not be here. He does send his regrets. This is his favorite time of the year. He loves recognizing students and the success that you have gotten to today. And so he does send his regrets and sorry that he could not make it this evening. Tonight is a special evening that we like to celebrate the accomplishments of our students. Everyone here has played a role in their success. I want to thank our faculty and staff for supporting and giving all their dedication and devotion to our students to ensure that they are successful. I would like to thank all of you here, family, friends, significant others that have been the support system to our students to get them to the success that they have achieved this evening. Students, tonight we are celebrating you and your successes and your hard work. We welcome you. We're proud of your accomplishments. We know you're going to be successful because you have proven your dedication, your time, and your commitment to your studies. So we know your future is going to be bright. I would just like to say congratulations, and we hope you enjoy this evening. Okay, so I just have to say I'm not a fan of this mic, but I'm going to make it work. We're going to get things started. We're going to start out handing the awards and recognizing students, which is what we are all here for. What I will tell you is, as you come up, you will get your award. April Martinez will help hand out the awards, and then we'll have you step to the side, and we'll get your picture taken, and we'll keep moving through the program. If someone is doing multiple awards, if you could just wait over there for them to give both of the awards, and we'll get your picture at that point. So we'll get started here. We're going to start with our instructional awards. The first one is for Allied Health and Public Service Department. The first presenter is Brennan Stover. He is an assistant professor of criminal justice, and he will be presenting the award for excellence in criminal justice.
My name is Brennan Stover, assistant professor of criminal justice. I'm proud to tonight to present two awards to Mackenzie Holliday and Madeline Payne. You guys want to please come forward? Mackenzie is pursuing her education not only in criminal justice, but also in nursing. She stated to me that some of her inspiration and desire to pursue her education in criminal justice comes from her mom, who works in the prison system. She also stated that she is fascinated with understanding the human mind and why people choose to commit crime. In choosing both criminal justice and nursing, she states that she'll have endless opportunities to pursue many interesting career paths. And one that's at the top of her list is forensic pathology. The semester has been kind of challenging for her, however, as she was involved in kind of a serious accident not too long ago. And being the dedicated student that she is, it came as no surprise to me that I received an email from her very quickly to find out about the accident, but also to see if she had any homework. Probably still in the hospital sending the email would be my guess. Yeah. Anyway, I've been very impressed to see how quickly she's bounced back and continues to fight for her own recovery and her own successes. I'm very proud of her. Madeline is from Evansville, Indiana, and I've been nothing but impressed with her from day one. While attending John A. Logan College, she has worked 3 jobs to provide for herself and to pay her tuition, no student loans. In addition to that, she has worked as a security intern for the college, and to top all that off, she just recently was offered and accepted a job as a telecommunicator with one of our local law enforcement agencies. That's quite a feat. During this time, she also maintained a 4.0 GPA in her criminal justice classes and 3.58 overall. She stated to me that ultimately she'd like to be a police officer, and that she'd like to help build relationships in the communities that she works in and simply be a light for people who might just need a little guidance. As a student, I've personally seen this in her, and that occasionally I catch her helping students in class. So in conclusion, I want to leave with a quote, and it's from August Vollmer, who was arguably the father of modern policing. And he stated that the policeman's job is the highest calling in the world. I would say that of all first responder jobs, especially the field of criminal justice. The people who do that should be the finest. They should be educated. They should be college graduates. I think he was absolutely right. I continue to be humbled and proud to say that we turn out some of the best graduates for the field of criminal justice. In fact, one standing in the back there. And I'm very honored tonight to highlight 2 of these students and recognize them. Mackenzie Holiday and Madeline.
And that is why we are here, right? Those are it's so exciting to see that. And one thing I think that is especially wonderful for us, for all of us who work here, is that we get to work with these students who are going to be out there in the field. And I know we need good police officers, we need good people in the criminal justice system working, and to know that we have met some of them and watched them grow as they were here. So that's just part of what we do tonight, and that's so exciting. For the next award, our presenter will be Dr. Jessica Stroud, and she will be presenting the Southern Illinois Dental Society Scholarship for dental assisting.
All right, so good evening. The students that were selected for this scholarship were based on attitude, professionalism, and dedication. Both Ashlyn and Nadia are outstanding students and individuals. It is my honor tonight to present this award on behalf of Southern Illinois Dental Society and John A. Logan Dental Assisting Program.
And another group to make good connections with. You want to have a good dental assistant, right? Absolutely. All right, next we are going to move to applied technologies. The first presenter is George Bricker. He is a professor of electronics technology. It's a great field, very close to my heart, as my family is in the electrical field. So I hear all kinds of stories about what they do, and I love going to visit their departments. All right, George.
I'll keep this short. I would like to present the Biomedical Electronics Technology Student of the Year to Zach Hale. Zach Hale graduated from John A. Logan with an electrical engineering technology degree and came back to do the biomed. He has been a hard charger the year that he was here. He's pretty much forced the entire class to come and match his pace. So I'm going to have to teach a lot more in the future, I think, and put a little challenge down. So, Zach, please come on.
Next, I would like to invite Rob Craig to come up. He is going to present the ELT Computer Support and Networking Student of the Year and the Freshman Computer Support and Networking Student of the Year. And he's going, okay, and he's going to keep going. So he is then going to do the Electrical Engineering Technology Student of the Year and the Electrical Engineering Technology Student of the Year. It's a lot of E's in there, right? Again, meet these people. We always love for people to come to campus if you ever get to see their department. It's a lot of fun.
I would like to go ahead and ask Charlotte and Zach and Casey and Peyton to all come up here and just hang out for a second with me. We're used to doing this very casually at the end of the year. This is the first time we're doing it formally, and so we're excited to be a part of this today. Not here is Casey Nemo, who couldn't make it. But what we have is, I do have a few words I will say. Charlotte Arnold from Marion. I've known her for as many years as, almost as many years as she's alive. She's my neighbor. And what a fantastic opportunity to have her in this program. And to see her not only lead as a freshman, which she won a freshman ELT Computer Support and Networking Award, but also the president of the ELT Hack Inventors Club, and bringing to it a level of organization that it's never had. So we are so grateful for so many things that's come from Charlotte, and we look forward to her aspirations as a rocket technician. Tried to get her job at SpaceX. She said she's going to, nope, she's got her plan. But I'm so excited, honestly, that she is going to receive this award, and we'll hold applause. We'll just jump into the next one, and we'll do it all at the end. Zach Hill, ELT Freshman Computer Support and Networking Student of the Year. I say it so fast all the time, I almost wrap my tongue around my mouth. Zach comes from us also from Marion. Homeschool student. He came in with vigor, with a serious, laser-focused attitude, which is awesome compared to all the suffering that people have had to deal with, the students with pandemic situations. It was just a delight to see somebody that was nose down and taking notes and answering questions and all this. And from the beginning, I knew he was special, and we're seeing that through his lab work and through his leadership. He's the vice president, was elected, of the Hack Inventors Club. So that's not an easy one. So we're tickled, especially because Charlotte makes him do all the work now. Now Casey Nemo's not here, but Casey's a non-traditional student, and he's back as a freshman. And if you've ever done that role, or you know someone that is such a challenge to do. He's got a family, he's married, he's got a child, and so he comes in tired because he's working and he's doing all these roles. And I wish he could be here tonight because I'm so proud of this man and what he's doing. And he's obviously a leader among his peers. You can see it. And turns out that he's hired as my student worker. It seems like there's all these connections, but only the best person gets that role, right? So he has that role. And then this one is near and dear to my heart. It's actually mechatronics engineering. So that's probably my fault, Christy, wherever she is. Christy, that I didn't get mechatronics in there, but it's mechatronics engineering technology. Thank Tony Stark and Iron Man. Kind of like that stuff. And this is my son, Peyton. And I did not select him for the award because I wouldn't do that. That was from the Professor Bricker over here. Though I was elated. The kid has had no opportunities to not be around technology because he's my son. And he has done so well. I was elated whenever he wanted to be a part of the program. It was his choice. And mechatronics engineering technology is not easy. And he will be the first to tell you that. And I'm just so proud. I could go on about him forever. I won't. But I'm proud of all these people. And I would love it if you would give them a round of applause.
Rob, I am disappointed because I wanted to say mechatronics and sound like I know. Mechatronics, and we will be presenting this award. No, I do not know what that means, but maybe they'll teach me sometime. So next, we're going to move to business, computer science, and mathematics. Our next presenter is Joseph Deathrow, the professor of mathematics and department chair, and he will be presenting the Outstanding Mathematics Student Award. Thank you, Joe. Joe speaks math, right? He tries. No, he does.
Mathatronics? No. You will not think of Tony Stark when you see me, or any. But it is the exciting discipline of mathematics. I know everybody's favorite in here. Thank you. My students will cheer by the end of the semester for one reason or the other. It is a pleasure in a community college to get to see and get to know students on a very real level. Whenever you come out of a pandemic and you get to watch students and you just expect students to struggle because so much has been online and it's been rough, and they're in now a calculus course, and you're just expecting in a hybrid situation because of course conflicts and everything else, it's just going to be a difficult semester. Part of the course is going to be online, part of it's going to be face-to-face, and then you're surprised when you see a student do well time and time and time again throughout the course of the semester. And eventually, by the end of the semester, you're like, you know, I see you're a biology major, you're not signed up for Calculus 2, but you're really good at math. So Jacob Reichert, can you come up here? I would like to present you with an award, and I'm going to talk a little bit about you. Jacob was not intending to be a math major, but I am very persuasive. So I showed the allure of mathematics. I know you're surprised, but biology and math can go hand in hand. So my research, whenever I was getting my master's degree, was in cancer chemotherapy. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Just because you like math and you're good at math doesn't mean that you have to go into engineering. It doesn't mean you have to become a math teacher. You can do things like statistics. And so I reached out to my alma mater, and I'm like, hey, do you have anything that would fit a bio student? And that's what we do here. We get to know our students, we get to know what they like, and we get to network them really well and find out what their passions are. And Jacob, he could have done anything. He could have been an engineer, he could have been a biologist, he could have been a pure mathematician, he could be a statistician. Whatever he ends up doing, he will do it well. So it was my pleasure to teach you for several semesters.
Jacob is great. He is also a student worker. He in human resources, and he's involved in a lot of clubs. So like a lot of our students who are very involved in multiple areas of the college. So next I'd like to move to communication, humanities, and social science. And my first presenter will be Matt Garrison, professor of English and department chair. And he will be presenting excellence in English.
Thank you very much. I was remembering earlier today that the longest speech that I've ever heard a professor here give for a student was 22 minutes at one of these events. And so I wrote a 23-minute speech. So if you have to get up and move around, I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the Excellence in English Award to an exceptional individual, Benjamin Fox. Benjamin, you are a true inspiration to all of us. Your dedication to the English language and your outstanding achievements in this field have made... Okay, actually, ChatGPT wrote this speech in about 5 seconds. That's not the real thing. Ben, why don't you come on up here? So Ben is a returning student, a non-traditional student who I've actually never been in a classroom with. But he did have English 102 and creative writing with Professor Dave Evans, who said that Ben is one of the finest students he's ever had. And I've only had Ben in an online class, but we had a really interesting experience that reminds us of, just kind of the power of the educational experience through this correspondence that he and I have had through email over the course of the whole semester that was kind of extra to what was even happening in the class. And Ben's level of and depth of interest in the study of literature and creative writing is a real inspiration to me. And he hopes to go into the field as a teacher and as a writer. And we're so happy that he's here at John A. Logan and wish him the best of luck in the future. So, thanks, Ben.
My job is to direct them and tackle them if they try to speak that long. So you never know. It's a good thing you wrapped it up. So AI can never replace, right? Never replace the poetry and all the wonders that we have in English. So next, I'd like to move on to excellence in music. And the presenter will be Chris Thornton, instructor of music. Chris.
Good evening. My name is Chris Thornton. I'm the lead music instructor, and I've had the pleasure of having this student this year. She is a second-year student. Come on, get close. Julia and she has helped to lead the music program at John A. Logan this year, whether it's been tutoring students in music theory, helping them out, playing piano for their vocal juries. She also served as the choral accompanist for us this year and the assistant music director of the musical Snoopy, which is a huge job and an undertaking to accomplish as a student. I just can't say enough good things about Julia because her personality is light, it's happy, and and you can tell when you speak with her that she has a true passion for music. She also has a true passion for just being kind to others, and that goes so far in the music industry. So I wish her all the luck. I'm going to miss her so much this year. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm hoping there's a pianist that comes up next year that's as qualified as her. So without further ado, the Music of Excellence Award goes to Miss Julia Parks.
I am fortunate. Our office is close by, and we get to hear the choir sing, and we get to hear people play the piano all the time. And so I have a true appreciation for that. I took piano for too many years to say, and no, I cannot play. But I know the notes. All right, next I'm moving on to our next presenter, which is Thomas Chandler, and he is the professor of sociology and social work, and he will be presenting excellence in social work. And I also just want to say I had the privilege, his class actually presented it was a presentation all done by students to kind of address violence on campus, and I got to participate in that, and it's just amazing, the students and how they did with that. So I'm excited for him to come up and present this.
Hello. I'll have you know that tonight's recipient is not my neighbor nor my student worker. Okay. As an instructor, on occasion, you have a student who challenges you in all the right ways. Tonight's recipient has motivated, inspired, challenged not only her classmates but me. These qualities and more are what will make her a wonderful social worker in the future. Tonight's recipient of the Excellence of Social Work Award goes to Ashley Hickam.
Okay, our next presenter is Brian Stanfield, Assistant Professor of Philosophy, and he will be presenting the Outstanding Philosophy Student Award.
Which one? Both of them? I've got the opposite of a ChatGPT speech. I don't even know what I'm going to say yet. So, Mia Pirelli has been one of the great ones. You have these students every once in a while that remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. And she's taken every class that I've ever taught, including the one that hasn't come around for 10 years, and she's part of that reason. And in fact, I guess this is an endurance award more than anything, but she has inspired me to try and offer some new classes that have never been offered before, and she's been a leader with her fellow students to really get people interested and encouraged in doing things. And I just can't say enough good things, so I'll just stop right there, short and sweet, and just say, thank you very much for inspiring me and changing the way I teach.
Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Jane Bryant, Professor of Political Science, and she will be presenting the Outstanding Social Science Student Award. Thank you.
Josh, come on up. Josh Edwards has been in my online classes over the past year, but I first met him maybe at the beginning of spring semester this year, face-to-face in the Political Science Club. But I immediately made that connection with him when we met face-to-face because he was such a strong leader in that online environment. Sometimes you do get lost in the shuffle of those classes, or you can. But Josh stood out to me, and so immediately when he came into the Political Science Club meeting, I was like, oh yeah, I know you. You're awesome. And so Josh is a political science major. He's going to graduate from John A. Logan in May, and then go on to Tulane. And I have a book for you. We make people read what we want to read. And so this is A Magnificent Catastrophe. It's based on the very first presidential campaign. Yes. Adam should have won, he said. Oh, Hamilton was doing his work. So we appreciate you, Josh. Thank you very much. And we have
Political science is my first love, so it seems like a lifetime ago, but excited to see. It's another great field, right? We need some good people getting involved in that. There's a lot of work to be done. So next, I'd like to move on to life and physical sciences, and I'd like to ask Cheryl Thomas, Department Chair and Professor of Biology, to present the Excellence in Biology Award.
I'm actually going to present 2 awards while I'm up here. Is that okay? Absolutely. All right. I'm going to first present our Excellence in Biology to Mr. Brandon James. Brandon, are you here? We did not see you. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Brandon from his biology instructor. Dr. Hannah Hinson says that he's a dedicated student. He has a great work ethic. He's first to arrive to class, submits all his assignments on time, and he has mastered multiple areas of biology that many of us biologists don't think are that fun, like cell metabolism and animal classification. Although if my teachers taught like Dr. Hinson taught it, I probably would love it also. His commitment to excellence is evident in all that he does, whether it's submitting daily assignments or completing major projects and exams. Brandon is highly deserving of this award, and we'd like to congratulate Brandon tonight. The next award I would like to present is Excellence in Engineering, And this award goes to Dylan Mulrooney. If you want to come up, Dylan. I'm going to read what his professor, Mr. Torrey Holland, wrote about him. And Tori's much funnier than I am, so I'm not going to get the jokes or applause or laughter that he would. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as I can. Torrey says, Dylan has proven himself to be dedicated and a hard worker in academics and in life. He's a full-time engineering student and works about 30 hours a week in construction outside of class. He manages a very busy schedule and demanding school load without falling behind and maintaining high scores as well. His accomplishments are very worthy of recognition. His interests are wide-ranging, from fishing and enjoying the outdoors to physics and cosmology. Having been fond of planes for the majority of his life and with his interest in cosmology, it should serve as no surprise that he plans to pursue a key role in aircraft innovation and space exploration. And I'm told that you will be attending the University of Illinois this fall. Congratulations on that. I have a kid there. You'll love it. So it's my honor to honor Dylan Mulrooney tonight with the Excellence in Physics. I want to go over here for a picture.
And that is why we love our community college students. They are multitasking, they're working jobs, they're involved, and they're going to class. So they amaze me each and every day and every semester that goes by. Truly amazing. So let's move now. The next presenter is Robert McKenzie, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, and he will be presenting the Excellence in Chemistry Award. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so glad this got moved to Tuesday so I would be available to present this award. Yes, this is 2 pieces of paper. It is my honor to present the Outstanding Chemistry Award to Wojciech Ogloza. Get that right? All right. I was a little concerned the first time we met, first class period. At the end of class, I am used to people being happy that I'm done speaking about chemistry. But he was a little more than excited, and apparently he said that he had heard tales of my performances and that I did not disappoint him. I am so glad. He took both of my classes. He has taken both of Dr. Elliott's classes, who can't be here because he has class. I have something from him. I immediately recruited him to be our lab assistant. He has done that for his entire time here. He's also been active with the STEM Club since that's been going. You are currently the president, are you not? Good. I had asked him to write a little something about himself for me. Yes, you wrote it. I'm reading it. And tells me he's not really from anywhere, but was born in a small desert town in California. Came to Illinois for school and connections here from when I was very young. I started by going for an associate in chemical engineering to round out my applicable skills before I tried to transfer to join the Merchant Marines. JLC was the best way I could achieve that in an affordable way. I was pleasantly surprised with my professors I've had as well, and especially for all their patience when I asked so many questions. I would like to point out at that point that the one thing that I have found that Wojciech is consistently wrong about is that he doesn't know anything. He knows a whole lot. He jumped back into school after being out of education for 10 years. It's always nice to have our non-traditional students. During that time, he was doing professional athletics, found passion being applicable with knowledge in math and science. Now that his journey here at JLC is ending, he will be transferring to Texas A&M at Galveston for their marine engineering program and merchant marine. During this, he will also be applying to the Coast Guard Reserve. He had asked me for a letter of recommendation, which I was more than happy to provide, but he was accepted so quickly I didn't even have time to get it written. I hope that my mentors and teachers here can be proud of what I hope to achieve while I'm there. We certainly will be, sir. Lastly, I would just like to thank everyone who's assisted me here at JLC and gone above and beyond to make sure that I was okay and staying on track. I also want to thank all the STEM club members who pushed me when I really needed it. Most of all, he would like to thank myself and Dr. Elliott. You know you misspelled my name. Without them being there for me all the time, this degree would have been much less manageable without them. It's been a hell of a journey, and I will always look back with this place fondly. Dr. Elliott asked me to read for him since he has class tonight. Normally, this is on Monday nights, and I'm in class, so I am so glad it switched this time. Wojciech has quite simply set the standard for this past year, and indeed the standard for any year in organic chemistry. His professionalism and attention to detail is truly relentless. Wojciech just refuses to rest until he has covered every angle to every single problem in the chapter, and I can also attest to that. He's mature, kind, and a young man of incredible integrity towards his work. It is my honor to say that he has been my student this past year. When Cheryl asked us if we had a recommendation for this award this year, Dr. Elliott and I immediately looked at one another, same time said, Wojciech, if you would, sir. Thank you.
When you are top of your class in organic chemistry, in my opinion, you're saying something. That's impressive. Next, we'd like to move to our co-curricular awards. The first presenter will be Dr. Jane Bryant, Political Science Club Advisor, and she will be presenting the Civic Leadership Academy Awards for 2022-2023. Thank you.
There you go. I would like to call out the people that are here. We have a few people that aren't here. Dr. Nathan Arnett, Gordon Haley, Landon Hendricks, Jalen Green, Jack Gregory. If you'll come up and join me, and I'll tell everybody about the Civic Leadership Academy and why they should also get involved. This is our sophomore year of the Civic Leadership Academy. Shameless plug over here for our banner, if you want some more information about it. But this is free and actually open to the community. So you can watch Facebook, watch Johnny Logan's news items on finding information about our 23-24 program. This year, we crammed all of our sessions into spring semester. And so we had a speaker helping us navigate political campaign messaging, our own board member who is in his daytime job, a lobbyist for education, K-12 education. He came and talked to us about the role of interest groups and the effect that they can have on policy. We had Comptroller Mendoza here for the state of Illinois, and then Justin Merrick gave two sessions in one day, and he is a gentleman that I met through the Delta Leadership Institute, and he resides in Memphis. Very phenomenal person. Supply chain issues prohibit me from giving you this book today, but I will have it. It's on order. It's coming. But this is a new release book, and it's entitled The Bill of Obligations, and so my government students will see the link there. We've studied the Bill of Rights. But it says the 10 Habits of Good Citizens. So all of these people and the people that are listed here that weren't here with us today will also get that book. But we do have a certificate for you in the meantime. Congratulations, and thank you for your participation. And Nathan is an administrator here, but we appreciate you so much, Nathan, for giving us support.
So I wouldn't be a good cousin if I didn't point out that my cousin was one of the recipients, Jalen. So now you know what it's like to have relatives who have the microphone. So I told him we had matching white shoes. I don't think he thought that was cool, but I thought it was. But this was a great group. They spent a lot of time. They went to these events and sponsored them. I had the privilege of going to one of them and just really learned a lot, and I thought it was just an amazing activity. So I was happy to see that. All right. Thank you all. He'll never forgive me, right? Our next presenter is Hannah Henson and Prachi Parashar, STEM Club Advisors, and they will be presenting the Outstanding STEM Club members and the STEM Club Leadership Award.
Hello, my name is Hannah Henson, and over this past year, Dr. Prachi Parashar and I have had the pleasure of advising our John A. Logan STEM Club, and we could not have asked for a better group of students to work with over this past year. All of them have worked very hard and have been amazing representatives of our college. So this year we have 2 recipients for our Outstanding STEM Club Member Award. Our first recipient is Emily Jones, and Emily served as the Vice President of our STEM Club. And Emily really went above and beyond in designing all of our club's flyers, our brochures, our t-shirt designs, and her creativity is truly unmatched and has greatly contributed to our club's success. Emily also did a really excellent job teaching kids this semester, whether it was at the Science Center in Carbondale or our local elementary schools. And one thing I really admire about Emily is her enthusiasm in working with the kids. It really encouraged them to get excited about science and wanting to learn more about the subjects. And then our second recipient this year for our Outstanding STEM Club member is Isabella Oriana. Isabella served as our social media coordinator, and so she was responsible for managing our club's Facebook page and also advertising for our upcoming events. This semester, Isabella also played a really important role in organizing and helping us host our first ever trivia night. And she helped us develop all of our questions and categories and just made sure that the night ran smoothly. And one thing that I really admire about Isabella is her willingness to learn new things. As far as I know, she was our only psychology major in the STEM club, but that did not stop her from learning how to build rockets or design robots, whatever it may be. So we will definitely miss both of them in our club next year, but we wish them all the best as they continue their education. So Emily and Isabella, if you want to come up and accept your award. And then this year we also have our STEM Club Leadership Award, and that goes to Jacob Reichert. Jacob is the most organized person I have ever met. He is our club secretary, so he was responsible for taking all of our meeting minutes, and so each week we would receive a very detailed email regarding everything we had talked about that week, and also gave us reminders about our upcoming events. And throughout the year, Jacob also took on additional leadership roles, by organizing and helping us plan all of our events that we wanted to accomplish. He always made sure that we were staying on task and made sure we achieved our goals. One thing I admire about Jacob is that he made sure everyone in the club felt welcomed and an important part of our group. And we will definitely miss him as well next year, but I know he has really established a solid foundation for our club to thrive in the future. So we also wish him all the best in his future endeavors. So Jacob, you want to come accept your award?
So Jacob, I think we've all talked. I get to deal with him a lot because I'm always downstairs in human resources. I don't think we're going to let you graduate. Is it okay if you just stay for a little longer? Maybe one more. Okay, all right, perfect. We can work with that. My office does the graduation, so we can make that happen. All right, I got to stop this. So moving on now, we'd like to move to the President's Awards, and I would like to welcome back Dr. Melanie Picord to present those. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. All right. Let me start again. The final award I would like to have presented, Dr. Adrienne Barkley Giffen, she will be our next presenter, and she will present the Student Leader of the Year Award. And there is a theme. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you, Christy. Before I actually announce this award, I'm really excited to let you know that a person in the room who was mentioned during the first award actually received this award several years ago, Officer Drew Stacy, who actually works at the college now. Drew, the tradition continues. The 2023 Student Leader of the Year is Jacob Reichert. I'm going to let him know that before he sits down. I've known Jacob since his first semester at the college. He joined as a provisional member the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. It's the official honor society for community colleges. He joined as a full member the following semester, which was the first semester that he was eligible for full membership. Because of his dedication to the chapter and his work on the projects during that semester of provisional membership, the chapter selected him for the Golden Opportunity Scholarship, which paid for a large portion of his Phi Theta Kappa membership fee. He continued to be actively involved in the chapter's projects and was elected vice president for the current academic year. His leadership and teamwork contributed to our chapter earning a top 100 chapter recognition just a few weeks ago at the International Convention, and that was based on the projects that the chapter did last year. Some of his leadership qualities are taking initiative. He volunteered for specific tasks for our chapter projects and filled in several times as chapter secretary. He has a lot of experience with that in the STEM club, a few times when our secretary wasn't available. He waits for others to be heard, especially when he became an officer. He understood the importance of, when you're in a position like that, to let others be heard first. And he does express his opinions and ideas. Those range all the way from, this one really doesn't matter all that much to me, to, I have a very strong view on this one, but he always expresses those opinions and ideas respectfully. He shows gratitude for individual contributions. For example, our chapter just is working on a project, and part of that involved gathering student input. So when he came in to deliver his findings to my student worker, who's actually receiving an award later, there was a lot of information there, and they ended up collecting input from 88 students. So there was a lot of information for Spencer to compile, and Jacob didn't just deliver it, he gave it to him, and before he walked away, he said, "Thank you very much for the work that you're putting into this. It really makes a difference for our chapter." He's shown commitment and prioritization. This past summer, he was one of, there were 4 or 5 of us who met every Sunday for a couple hours to work on one of our award nominations. And he was very focused during that time. And then when we were done, he was very focused on getting back to studying or spending time with family and friends. But in the fall semester, there wasn't much time for family and friends. He was in many high-level classes, and he had to dedicate almost all of his weekend time to that. But he was very organized and focused on that and made that a priority. He inspires vision. He has already shared with the next year's officer team, who was elected just last night, his thoughts on branching out their research project into the larger community. So I think everybody's inspired to expand that project. And very important, he has fun. I know from personal experience, he's a fierce competitor in foosball and Zip Zap, this light table game that they had at the International Convention. And even among hundreds of students at the International Convention, when there's a dance, he's in the middle of it all. And then there's what we call the Jacob. Let's show them. Yes. Yes, that is what you do when you come in and say, so, how did you do on that exam? Oh, I aced it. He's transferring to SIU Edwardsville in the fall to earn a bachelor's degree in statistics, and I'm sure he'll make a positive impact there and continue in his leadership development journey. Thank you for everything you've brought to John A. Logan College, and congratulations.
All right. I think now we are ready to move to the President's Awards. And again, I would like to welcome Dr. Melanie Picord, and she will be presenting those. Thank you.
So the first award is the Paul Simon Student Essay. This award, the student had to best describe how my community college has changed my life in an essay of 500 words or less. The entries were judged based on the writing style, clarity, expression, and relevance to the topic, and the winning essay will be submitted to the state contest sponsored by the Illinois Community College